Episode 17, Sleep and Energy Masterclass, Powering the Inner Architect. Welcome back to The Inner Architect. We are approaching the final stages of our journey. This podcast is brought to you by www.selfdevelopmentpsychology.com, where we bridge the gap between high-performance biology and deep psychological growth. Throughout this series, we have talked about your identity, your focus, and your resilience. But all of these architectural features require a power source. You can have the most beautiful blueprint in the world, but if your generator is out of fuel, the building stays dark. Today, we are talking about the most undervalued asset in the world of self-development, energy management. Specifically, we are going to master the science of sleep and the biological rhythms that dictate whether you feel like a genius or a zombie. If you've ever felt like you are grinding but getting nowhere, this session is for you. Part 1. The Circadian Rhythm, your internal clock. Every cell in your body has a clock. This isn't a metaphor, it's a biological fact. Your body operates on a roughly 24-hour cycle known as the circadian rhythm. This rhythm dictates when your body releases cortisol to wake you up and when it releases melatonin to put you to sleep. At www.selfdevelopmentpsychology.com, we teach that you cannot hack your way out of biological reality. When you fight your circadian rhythm by staying up late under artificial lights or eating at odd hours, you are creating biological debt. Your brain becomes inflamed, your decision-making drops, and your emotional intelligence, episode 5, disappears. The architect works with the clock, not against it. Part 2. The two forces of sleep, adenosine and melatonin. To understand sleep over 45 minutes, we must understand the sleep pressure system. From the moment you wake up, a chemical called adenosine begins to build up in your brain. Think of it as sleep debt that accumulates hour by hour. By the end of the day, high levels of adenosine make you feel sleepy. This is the first force. The second force is melatonin, which is triggered by darkness. Melatonin doesn't actually put you to sleep, it's the official starter of the race. It tells your brain, the sun is down, it's time to start the sleep process. The problem? Caffeine. Caffeine works by parking in your adenosine receptors, blocking the sleep signal. Your brain doesn't know it's tired because the caffeine is masking the debt. At www.selfdevelopmentpsychology.com, we recommend the 10-hour rule. No caffeine within 10 hours of your planned bedtime to allow your receptors to clear. Part 3. The architecture of the master sleep. Not all sleep is created equal. To rebuild your brain, neuroplasticity, you need two specific types of sleep. NREM, deep sleep. This happens mostly in the first half of the night. This is when your body repairs itself and your brain cleans out metabolic waste using the glymphatic system. REM, REM sleep, this happens mostly in the second half of the night. This is where emotional integration happens. This is where your brain processes the shadow and the vulnerability we discussed earlier. If you cut your sleep from 8 hours to 6 hours, you're not just losing 25% of your sleep. You might be losing 60 to 90% of your REM sleep. This is why you feel emotionally brittle and irritable after a short night. You haven't finished the psychological construction of the day. Part 4. The digital sunset and light hygiene. In episode 7, we talked about dopamine detox. Now we look at the light detox. Your eyes contain specific cells that connect directly to your brain's master clock. These cells are extremely sensitive to blue light, the light from your phone and LED bulbs. Blue light tells your brain it's 12 noon, even if it's 10 p.m. This melatonin suppression keeps you in a state of tired but wired. Reflection pause. Look at your bedtime routine. Do you spend the last 60 minutes of your day staring at a blue light source? You are essentially shouting, "Wake up," at your brain and then wondering why you can't fall asleep. The architect's solution? The 3-2-1 formula. 3 hours before bed, no more food, allowing digestion to rest. 2 hours before bed, no more work, closing the open loops in the mind. 1 hour before bed, no more screens, allowing melatonin to rise. Part 5. Managing the daytime battery. Energy management isn't just about the night, it's about the ultradian rhythms during the day. Your brain can only focus intensely for about 90 minutes before it needs a biological break. At www.selfdevelopmentpsychology.com, we encourage pulse working. Work for 90 minutes, deep work, episode 12, then take 15 minutes of non-sleep deep rest, NSDR, or a walk without your phone. This resets your focus and prevents the afternoon slump. We have an energy architecture audit at www.selfdevelopmentpsychology.com. Use it to track your energy peaks and valleys for 1 week. Stop trying to do your hardest work when your battery is at 10%. Schedule your life around your biology. Closing thoughts. Sleep is not a luxury. It is a non-negotiable biological requirement for excellence. By mastering your sleep and energy, you are ensuring that the inner architect has the clarity and strength to finish the masterpiece. Thank you for joining me for episode 17. For our Master Sleep Protocol and NSDR audio guide, visit www.selfdevelopmentpsychology.com. In episode 18, we're going to look at the legacy phase. We'll talk about meaning and purpose, why success without significance is the ultimate failure. This has been a production for www.selfdevelopmentpsychology.com. Until next time, dim the lights, rest well, and keep building.